it's Steve-O from the Elite FPL podcast, and as promised, I will be reacting live to our Torbay Elite Mini League team selections, along with, of course, your teams in the Elite FPL podcast Mini League. So the game's just updated. I literally have no idea about what the team news is regarding the real life fixtures. I think what I'm going to do first is I will go ahead and look at the real life team news first to see if there's any shocks. But I've just got the radio on. I've just found out that Brendan Rodgers is going to be the Leicester City manager. Could that be good news? I have no idea, but I'm just going to quickly look at the Burnley team news straight away, as expected. Newcastle, yeah, Rondon playing, what a surprise. Almiron in there, of course. Who else is there? We've got Brighton playing, of course, tonight, as expected. Leicester, again, as expected. Wolves, now then, is Doherty playing? Yeah. Bennett, yeah. Again, as expected. Although, that's interesting. Diego Jota finally starts. Hasn't played a few games, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight. Oh, Calvert-Lewin starts for Everton. Interesting. And one of my few players that will be playing, because I benched him, was Sol Bamba. But all that aside, no one cares about that. All we care about is me reacting to the FPL team news within, like I said, our mini league and elite FPL mini league. Now, before I start this, just to clarify a few things, as ever, this is just me doing a solo video, no presentation, nothing. I'm just looking at a screen in front of me with everything on. If you are watching and are part of the Elite FPL podcast league, I don't know how you view this particular podcast, but if you're able to bring up another screen, you could happily play along with me, and I will happily read out the name of the team, and you can scroll up or down and find out which particular team I'm looking at and looking at yourself. But at the end of the day, the only technology I've got is a mobile phone, which I'm using there to broadcast this. So let's reveal my team. So the biggest question of the night, which a lot of you will be asking, is, did I captain Son? The answer is no. I went with the safety option in Salah. I'm pretty confident that Salah will return something simply based on that word, history. I think that there is potential there. I think Salah, although I said this about Son against us, I think Salah will get me a goal, or a lot of people a goal, against Watford tomorrow evening. I just feel that it's the safety option. FPL Booner made this point the other day to Jason and Davey FPL, that what's the best strategy for them moving forward, being so high in the ranks. So they simply said that they're going to play it safe. Well, for me personally, I am going to be playing it safe as well, because at the end of the day, in this ridiculous league that I'm in at the moment, despite the fact that I'm having the best season of my FPL career, being basically top 6,000, specifically 5,848 in the overall ranking, I feel I'm having a bad season for the simple fact that you guys in the Elite FPL League are doing so well. Jason, of course, being so high up in the league. I think, although he dropped down, saying that is ridiculous, to 300 something in the world. But yes, I'm just playing it safe by going Salah. Now, I was told by a good friend of mine, Dale Bellamy, that Aguero will almost certainly start because Jesus is out. There's a small doubt in me that Aguero may actually be benched. I doubt it, but I think the fact they're playing West Ham United at home, it's a relatively easy fixture. I'm I'm just have this feeling that Aguero's not. Plus, the fact that they won 4-0 last time and Aguero got nothing kind of put me off as well. The reason why I didn't go with Son is just for the simple fact that it's, to be completely blunt with you, I didn't want to risk it. I think now with Harry Kane back, even though Son did so well with Kane in the team, I personally felt that it's too much of a risk. Now, I was thinking of just captaining for the hell of it, just because I feel that this is almost like a triple game week, where we're going to have 3 game weeks within the space of the week. And I thought that maybe there was this deep thought processes where I thought, should I just captain Son because it's just a one-off game? No, I'm too high up in the rank. I really do want to catch Jason, really bad. I didn't do any transfers either, so the good news is I've got 2 free transfers. It means that I've kept Rashford. I'll happily take the price drop from last night. The price rises for the popular choices of Rondon and Barnes, but I don't know, there's just something about bringing in Barnes and Rondon for them playing each other which kind of puts me off a bit. Again, there's this deep lying thing where I just feel that Rondon is going to score tonight, but I'm really not bothered. I really don't care. I just don't feel it's going to have any effect on my team whatsoever, regarding rank anyway. So my team in full is Patrizio in goal, Robertson, Lindelof, Bennett, Mane, Salah, Pogba, Son, and then Rashford, but he won't. He's very unlikely he'll play. So Bamba will come on. Aguero and Jimenez up front. But this is when it's going to get interesting. Now I can see there are people in chat. Now, you may be wondering, Steve-O, why aren't you interacting with us? Well, the simple fact is this, that once a message comes up, it literally just vanishes. So what I may do is click on the chat in a minute and see if I can scroll up and down. I've never really tried that before, but I did see Nick Reed is watching. So hello, Nick. Brett Moller said I saw you as well. Hello, Brett. Good morning. Devlin Vaz, I think I saw you as well. Nick Lee, saw you. I think it said you captained Aguero. Apologies if I just got that wrong, but it's just literally just coming up. I'm more focused on the screen in front of me with the team. So, right, I'm going to go straight into our Cash Mini League, and we all want to see what Jason has done. You could probably tell me beforehand, but so who did Jason? He's got to have gone Aubameyang. Got to have gone Aubameyang. Yes, he has. Oh, he's done a transfer. Oh, he got rid of. Well. He got rid of Rashford, and he brought in Rondon. Okay, so, and he's captain Aubameyang. So straight away, between me and Jason, we got 2 differential captain picks. So it's Salah versus Aubameyang. And Salah's the 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow, and Arsenal are kicking off at 7:45. The only problem is that I do feel that Aubameyang will probably get a double-digit return, whereas Salah will get a single-digit return. That's my fear. I think that, I mean, if I look at the predictions, I went with Liverpool to win 2-0 because they haven't been. I saw a statistic that in 8 or 9 games they haven't beaten anybody by more than 2 goals or something. I think they're just kind of coming off the gas pedal, so to speak. And yeah, I just think a 2-0 victory there. Dan went exactly the same, and Jason went 1-1. Bit of a surprise. Whereas with Arsenal game, I'm looking at an absolute battering there. Gasman as captain Jimenez. Wow. Fair play to you. Fair play to you for captain Jimenez. I mean, I've gone with, where is it here? Wolves. 2-1. 2-1 victory to Wolves. Dan 2-0. Jason 2-0. But yeah, back to Arsenal. I think that Arsenal are going to comfortably win 4-1. Dan 3-1. Jason 2-0. I think Aubameyang's an excellent captain pick. I can't see him blanking. What would be amazing if he's benched again? If he went to bench again, that'll be it. Good evening, Dan. if you could monitor the chat, then then you can keep the chat flowing. To be honest with you, but no, in all seriousness, Aubameyang, I think is. If I had Aubameyang, I'd have captained him. So Jason's gone with, like I said, so anybody that's joining in chat now or watching live, if you want to play along, I mean, it's pretty pointless at the moment because I'm looking at the Cash Mini League that we're in. But once we get to the Elite FBL podcast, you'll be able to play along with me. I'll be able to tell you the teams that I'll be looking at. And if you're available to look at the screen in front of you, whatever you're using at, you can play along. But you're going to have to put up with me as a picture per se. So, Fabianski in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Pereira, Bennett, Son, Salah, Pogba, Sterling, Rondon, Jimenez and Aubameyang. Wow. And the interesting thing here is that straight away, the one thing that I pick up on is the fact that I've got 2 free transfers and moving forward in the blanks to kind of counter what Jason's doing, I may not have to take any hits. But I'm not really interested in the blanks. They don't inspire me. They don't, take me aback. So I'm not really bothered. Right then. So what I'll do is I'll go on to Dan's team, seeing as he's in chat. He said he's tempted by, he was tempted by Aguero. I bet he's gone to Salah. I hope he hasn't. Ah, he has. Damn. Now this is going to sound really horrible. The reason why I'm saying damn is because, not damn, is for the simple fact that, and no disrespect, but when I look at teams that are doing badly, I look at the captain choice. And if they've captained the same player as me, my instant thought process is that's a captain fail. The fact that Dan's doing really well, 116,000th in the world, but compared to me, who's 6,000th in the world, whatever, yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, Dan, as to why you captained Salah. Maybe you could tell people in chat why you captained Salah rather than Aguero. But yeah, it looks more like safety first, but you've made a transfer. I can tell straight away it's Rondon in. I'm assuming you got rid of Rashford. Got to be Rashford. It's the popular rid of, and yeah, it's Rashford. Yeah, what a surprise! I'm really hoping that Rondon blanks for obvious reasons. He's playing Burnley, but yeah, I'm praying he blanks. But yeah, Patrizio in goal. So he's not going with a double up of Pereira and Schmeichel. He's gone up with a Wolves double up. And as I stated in the game week preview podcast, you just know what's going to happen. Huddersfield can't score for love nor money. Yet they will somehow score against our Wolves defenders. So yeah, Bednarak, Doherty, Salah captain, Pogba son, Felipe Anderson, Aguero, Jimenez and Rondon. So back into the Torbay Elite League, we'll look at 3rd place Ben Towler, who is 19 points behind me. Who did he captain? That's the main question. Oh, he went with Aubameyang, right, okay. Oh, he's captaining, benching Shaw. Why would you bench Shaw for? Oh, wow, look at this. What I find quite interesting is, no, it wasn't Ben that did a wild card, it was Connor Lee. So Ben has done a -4, and I think he's brought in Vardy and Aubameyang, but we'll find out immediately. Vardy, I don't, FPL Buna it was Dale, sorry, that was talking about Vardy. I'm not that. Rashford and Martial out for Pogba and Vardy. What moves they are. Okay, nice. Bits, yeah, very good moves. Okay. Yeah, Vardy. Me personally, as I was talking about in the last podcast, I look at raw data as in literally what these players are returning rather than statistics, in the sense of statistics can be there all the time because they're there to show you what could potentially happen rather than that, and may be able to help us pick differential choices, i.e. Almiron, everybody's saying that his statistics from the last couple of games have been amazing. Well, he's got nothing, so it doesn't really bother me. Jamie Vardy, last 8, he's returned 2 goals and 1 assist. It's not good enough for me, I'm afraid. Rondon and Barnes, I mean, even from that point of view, Rondon versus Barnes is really, really tough. Barnes has scored like in the last 5 or 6 fixtures in a row. Rondon just seems to score sporadically, and I'm kind of hoping that sporadically will stop. Will be happening tonight, where he doesn't do anything. But yeah, I would have probably played Luke Shaw ahead of Bednarak personally, but he's gone with Alisson in goal, Kolasinac, Bennett, Bednarak, Son, Salah, Jota, the big differential there. He's the one that worries me. Pogba, Arnautovic, Captain Aubameyang and Jamie Vardy. So let's move on to 4th place, who is Darren Monday, I believe. Or is it, I think Connor Lee may have actually moved up the league, actually. And no, he's, Darren Monday is 4th still by 4 points. Didn't realise that, considering, but once the team actually loads up, surprise, surprise. Now, who did Darren captain? Salah. Right, he's gone with a 4-4-2. He hasn't transferred out Rashford. Interesting. Okay, so it's 4-4-2. He's gone with Boric in goal. Away at Arsenal. He's got Fabianski on. I'd rather play Fabianski on rather than Boric, personally. Yeah, bad move there. My opinion, I think that's a bad move, because Fabianski always comes out with the saves. But so no transfers made, so it's Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, so the double Liverpool defence should pay off. I'd like to think it will. Digne, David Luiz, Salah captain's son Sane, Pogba, Mitrovic and Jimenez. So I'll look at a couple of other teams in our league who I always kind of like to look at. Let's have a look at Dan's rival here, Terry Roos. Terry always gets his captains usually spot on. He's normally a maverick with them. There we go. He went with Salah. Okay, now my confidence is kind of boosted. He's gone with 2 transfers as well. Let's see what those transfers were. So I can pretty much see that it's probably Barnes and Josh King in. Wow. Oh my goodness. Now, obviously I'm fully aware that the people watching this don't have a clue why I'm completely perplexed at something that Terry's done here. And Dan, if you're able to look at his team, you'll understand why. He's benched Sterling. Good God. Wow, that's incredible. So his team in full: Heaton in goal, Doherty, Johnny, Shaw, Pogba, Richarlison, Son, Salah captain, Josh King, Jimenez and Barnes. That's, wow, Sterling on bench instead of Josh King, even though Josh King would have been. Let's just see what his transfers were. I'm sure there were Barnes and King in. It's got to have been, surely. Oh, Barnes and Pogba in. Okay. Oh, ha! The irony. So he's got rid of Deulofeu, who served him so well last week. Got rid of Deulofeu, brought in Pogba. Got rid of Rashford for Barnes. So he already had King. I didn't realise that. Wow, okay, fair enough. So, yeah, King away at Arsenal rather than Sterling at home to West Ham. Like, my favourite quote is, what does Terry know that we don't? Like I said, I'm fully aware people don't have a clue who I'm talking about, but it's only the very, very few people that would know who Terry is. But Terry is a bit of a gambler when it comes to, not just real life, when it comes to the horses, which he's very, very good at. He's also a bit of a gambler when it comes to FPL, and Dad will be able to help you out here. He always seems to get it right. So, what will happen? Now then, let's have a quick look at all this. Now, as I'm speaking now, the games have started. So, as you're fully aware, It's Cardiff versus Everton, Huddersfield versus Wolves, Leicester Brighton. They're kicking off now. And Newcastle Burnley at 8 o'clock. Now, myself and Jason tomorrow evening will be doing a live stream during most likely the second half of tomorrow evening games, but we may be going earlier there, maybe starting at half time, maybe even at 8 o'clock. We're not sure. We will obviously be able to advertise and let you guys know what we're doing, but we're definitely doing a live stream during the games live, which is going to be really, really interesting because of especially the fact that me and Jason have captained different people. So yes, just moving just quickly on to a few more people that I look at in the Torbay Elite League because, like I said, it's important to me. Pete Andrews I'm going to quickly click on. Let's see if Pete's done. Someone that likes to go Maverick with his captain and... Ha! Who was I just talking about just now? Raheem Sterling. So, Terry's benched him. Pete has captained him. So... And he's got vice-captain Aubameyang. That's interesting. He's made one transfer, but he didn't get rid of Rashford. That's interesting. So who did he get rid of? Hazard. Got rid of Hazard and brought in Sterling and captain Sterling. Now the good news for people that are watching this is that Pete, when it comes to choosing captains, is usually this season anyway. Usually a bit of a miss. So potentially here the Sterling captaincy has been a fail, but you know, I'm surprised he's gone with Sterling. Pete likes to go with risks, a bit like his betting. He likes to go with risks, and I mean his betting normally pays off more than his FPL. So yeah, I would have gone with the safety of Aubameyang personally. But he's taken the risk in Sterling, fair play. I'll have a look at Dale's team. Dale was having a bit of a dilemma with who he was going to transfer in or not. Did he take the -4? He did. And he did bring in Vardy. And he captained Aguero. Wow. Okay. So Dale, he got rid of Rashford. I know that much. Yeah, Rashford and Firmino out for Vardy and Rondon. Will it pay off? Yeah, they're probably going to bring in more points than Rashford and Firmino because both of them probably won't be playing. So that's 0 points and probably bringing in at most 4. But I just have this Brendan Rodgers watching Leicester tonight. Yeah, I think that Leicester may. It's one of those, isn't it, where players seem to up their game when a potential new manager, or in this case, their new manager is watching. So I think Leicester game here, what will I go with? I went with 3-0. I'm pretty confident they're going to do something. Dan went 1-1, Jason went 1-0 to Leicester. So Dale went with Aguero captain. And let's go and look at finally to Cy Bellamy, who's a regular in the chat. I have no idea where he is. Oh, there he is. He's 15th. Okay, so 15th. Let's see where Cy captained. And he went with Jamie Vardy. Do you know what? I know Jason's in the chat. I know Dan's in the chat. Sometimes I just think that Cy's deliberately sabotaging his team. Deliberately. He's even benched Son. Oh, hold on a minute. He's deliberately done that because Martial. He's deliberately playing Martial. So Son is going to come on for Martial. He made one transfer. Well, that's obvious. Rashford out for Vart. No, maybe not. Who did he get rid of then? He's still got Rashford. Firmino. Right, okay. So both Bellamy brothers had Firmino in the team and got him out for Vardy. Fair enough, but Cy's actually captain him. What a differential that is. And he's got double Leicester defence. I reckon the double Leicester defence is probably going to do better than Vardy. Let's just put it at that. Gundogan, he's got Gundogan, everybody, in his team. Major differential there, but, you know. Sterling, Aguero, just looking at his team, it's just full of differentials. It's like, whoa, what on earth's going on here? Jota in there as well. So, let's be honest here, most of you are in the Elite FBL Podcast Mini League. And let's have a look at the teams within that mini league itself. So, we've already looked at Jason's teams. Now, just a quick reminder, the headline news from Jason's team is he got rid of Rashford, brought in Rondon, and he captained Aubameyang. Jason he did a rank drop. He went down from 107th down to 321, but he had one of the worst ever scores he's ever had in FPL with a whopping 20 points. So that explains a lot there. Now then, onto your guys' teams. So, Jack Gleason. Who did Jack go with? Sterling. Sterling seems to be the theme tonight. Wow. And he's taken a 4-point hit. Right, let's have a look at what he did. I always find it really interesting with top players with -4. So he got rid of Rashford for Rondon, and he got rid of Hazard for Sterling. And just like Pete, oh, 1-0 Leicester, Damari Gray. There we are. There we are, 1-0 to thingy. I believe it's Damari Gray. Yeah, I think it's Damari Gray. I'm probably going to be corrected by someone in the chat in a minute, but Damari Gray's just scored for Leicester. It's 1-0 to Leicester versus Brighton. So back to Jack Gleason's team. He's just basically copied Pete Andrews, but Patrizio, Doherty, Pereira, Robertson, Sterling captain, Mane, Pogba, Salah's son, Jimenez and Rondon. Jack sitting pretty at 734th in the world. So then, on to third place, John Harris, who occasionally joins us in the chat. Another one that's taken a -4. What is going on here? Oh, Jason. He's captain Aubameyang, along with you. So he's gone 4-3-3. Let's look at his transfer history. He's done a -4, like I said. Got rid of Rashford and Son, and brought in Almiron and Aubameyang. Now I look at that, and my instant reaction is, why have you got rid of Son? Again, what do you know that I don't? Almiron. Yeah, his stats are good apparently, but I'd wait and see. Again, statistics are there to potentially choose a differential for the future, get ahead of the curve, so to speak, but it doesn't really interest me, so I'll just quickly check. So Damari Gray scores. Oh, look. And Tillemon, the player that I have no idea who he is. And everybody's, again, another player. Everybody banging on about, yeah, I'm going to bring in Tillemon. Never heard of him. And there he is with an assist. Although, like I say, I'm going to justify my reasons at the fact that he's a brand new player to the league. I know nothing about him. Yeah, fair enough. I know nothing about European football. I'm not going to sit here and preach that I am. But in the games that he's played for Leicester, I think it's 5 or 6 games he's actually played for Leicester. He's done absolutely nothing until this precise moment in time. And as we click on him, so he's 6 million, and he's played twice for Leicester. Well, 3 times for Leicester now. And he has now brought in 1 assist. So 1 assist in 3 games. Is he someone to look at? Simple answer is no. But again, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I am a, what do you call it, the most knowledgeable person when it comes to European players that have come into the Premier League, but whatever. So yes, John Harris set up with a 4-3-3. Unusual formation there. Fabianski in goal rather than... Oh, well, he's his only player. So double up of Liverpool defence of Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, Trippier, who will probably play, Doherty, Almiron, Pogba, Salah, Aubameyang captain, Aguero and Jimenez. Now then, on to 4th place, which is Paul Wickett. Again, another player that regularly contributes into the... Another one that's taken a -4.
What on earth is going on here? Now, wouldn't this be always interesting? He's benched Ashley Barnes. I wonder if he brought him in. I wonder if he's planning for the game week, and he actually brought. That's interesting, isn't it? So we got rid of Rashford, Firmino, and Wan-Bissaka. Brought in Bednarak, Barnes, and Aguero, but he benched Barnes. Okay, a bit. I always find that strange, but there's logic behind it, I suppose. Fabianski in goal, Robertson, Doherty, Johnny, Almiron, Pogba, Salah, Son, De Bruyne, Jimenez, captained Aguero. So, Paul Wickett has captained Aguero, everybody. So there's another major differential there for people. Let's have a look at the more regular contributors to the guys in chat at the moment. So let's see FPL Boona. Let's just see what he did. I know he messaged me earlier on. He took a -4. Captain Salah. He didn't get rid of Son. Okay, he didn't get rid of Son. So let's just find out exactly what he done. Rashford and Ings out for Rondon and Vardy. 2 differentials there, fair enough. I think they're good moves. I think getting rid of Rashford and Ings for Vardy and Rondon, yeah, that's pretty much what. It's logical, let's be honest here. Edison, Van Aanholt, Doherty, Robertson, Salah captain, Son, Pogba, Mane, Rondon, Jimenez, and Vardy playing now. Any more other popular names? So Brett Mollison. Let's find out Brett Mollison, what he's actually done with his team. And I forget where he is because he's always on the second page. Sorry, Brett. I know you're on the thing. I don't know specifically where. Well, I can see Vince Chapman's in the chat, so let's just have a quick look at Vince's team. And who did he captain? Sterling, another Sterling, a very popular captain pick today. Took a -4, another one with a -4 hit. A lot of hits going on. I feel like I'm missing out here. I didn't even want to make a transfer for this particular game week. I just didn't see the need for it personally. But Robertson and Ericsson out for Lindelof and Sterling. Love to know the thought process there. I wouldn't have got rid of Robertson. Certainly not Robertson. Ericsson out for Sterling. Maybe it's to free up funds probably. Which is what I can see. I'm assuming Sterling was setting your sights to captain. May not even play tomorrow. But, yeah. Nice differential there in a Sterling captain. Would it be funny if when I look at the overall rankings, what the top 4 have done in that particular, in the overall game, obviously. So Brett Mollison, no transfers. Good God. Now this has got to... Now Brett, I'm going to be honest with you, mate. I'm praying that this pays off for you. People may be wondering, what on earth are you going on about, Steve? Well, he's captain Doherty. He has captained Doherty. That is one hell of a decision. Fair play to you. You know, I can see why you've done this. I mean, an incredible punt. But I would have gone with your vice-captain as Salah. But again, as Davey FPL says, if you want to take risks, if you want to climb the ranks, you've got to take risks. Doherty captain, that is one hell of a differential. Arnautovic will probably come on for Rashford. So, gone with a 4-4-2. Alexander-Arnold, Doherty, Pereira, Digne. Goalkeeper being Alisson. Salah, Pogba, Son, Richarlison, Jimenez and Rashford as his formation there. So, yeah, I'm now going to just quickly move on to the overall rankings because I just want to see if I can feel good about myself about who's particularly captain who. So we'll go on to the overall rankings and let's look at the number 1 leader, Blues Army, and he is captained. Yes. Now this will be interesting for you, Jason. So, number 1 in the whole world was Captain Salah. But why is it going to be interesting for Jason? Simply put, he's got Aubameyang in his team, and he's gone with Salah. Wow. One hell of a, I say a move there. It's not, but I'd have thought Aubameyang would have been the safe option there. But he's gone with Salah. I'm assuming he's playing it by numbers. Who would be the more popular captain pick of all? So, on to second place in the whole world. He's gone with Salah, captain again. So, first and second have both gone with Salah. He's got Lacazette in his team. Wow, okay. So, Lacazette in his team. Fair enough. So that's the top 2, captain and Salah. Can we make it a hat-trick with the top 3? And the answer is no. Aguero captain, but he doesn't own Salah. Wow, he doesn't own Salah, yet he's 3rd in the world. I wonder when he got rid of Salah. Let's find out, shall we? He may not have ever owned him, but let's see when number 3 in the whole world got rid of Salah. And the answer is in game week 27. And he got rid of Salah and he brought in Pogba. Wow, he must have done a wild card. Or is it a free? No, it must have been a wild card, yeah. Let's have a look at his game week history. Must have done a wild card in game week 27 for the amount of transfers he's done. And the simple answer is yeah. Played a wild card in game week 27. Interesting. Very, very interesting, especially for a player that high up in the world. Again, what does he know that we don't? So 4th spot in the whole world. Let's see what he went with. Just briefly. Went with Aguero captain. Okay, fair enough. Wow, that's interesting. He's gone with a 3-5-2. Chilwell will come on. Because he's got Rashford. So Rashford and Aguero is front 2. Chilwell will come on for Rashford. And he's playing a 3-5-2 at the moment with McNeil of Burnley playing. The games at the moment, for anybody that's actually interested, I'm sure you know anyway, they're all 0-0 apart from Leicester beating Brighton at the moment 1-0 thanks to Damari Gray with the goal and a Tillermon assist. Now there's a player who, Sean Tobin, that's his name. Let's have a quick look at him, see what he's done. And he went with Aubameyang captain again, so that's 2 weeks in a row. He's captain, 2 game weeks in a row that he's captain. He went with a -4. I'm just going to quickly just see what he's actually done with his -4, just to kind of like I say, it just makes me understand how these top players work. So got rid of Rashford for Barnes and Firmino, a bit like the Bellamy brothers, Firmino out for Jamie Vardy. Probably for the fact that they believe that, well, like most people, that maybe these guys will, the Leicester players that is, will start picking up and start doing something. So there we are. I think that concludes me reacting live to the FPL team selections of the more significant players / the people that are in the Elite FPL podcast. I think I'm going to end it there because, as you can see, or as you can probably hear, I've just got a blocked up nose and I kind of want to be able to drink some water or whatever. But thank you, Sultan. I know you commented on our YouTube page. I appreciate that. This is, as I state, before I go, I do want to state again that I only specifically do this because it's for you, the hardcore followers that participate in our podcast. I personally feel that it's because we have a connection with us, the presenters, hosts, whatever you want to call us, and the community, that because of that connection, it's just interesting to see, as Brett Mollison always says, about the emotional roller coaster that we go through regarding teams and action. Because we all do it. We all do this when we update the game. We instantly look at our rivals, what they've done, what top players have done, who they've captained, just to make you feel good about yourself, or even in some cases to make you feel bad about yourself. Like, oh God, someone that's, you know, that you admire is doing really, really well, and that they've gone and captained someone completely different to you, and you just think straight away you failed your captaincy because somebody doing better than you in the game has captained them. But yeah, I just enjoy doing them, and I'd just rather you guys see me just reacting live to looking at, at a screen in front of me, while I'm fully appreciative of anybody that tunes in and watches me do this, because like I say, I keep stating this, it's just me in my room staring at a TV screen looking at the teams in front of me, while you're just all in chat enjoying this. So yeah, I'll just quickly look at the next upcoming game week straight away. It's automatically on Salah as my captain, and to be honest with you, I'm probably going to stick with that choice. It's going to be between him and Aguero, Bournemouth away. But again, talking of the psychology behind FPL, and I always state that I like having a captain in as late as possible, and Salah's in the last game, but they've got Bayern Munich next, so it's such a critical game, Everton, and I can, depending on what Salah does tonight, is going to depend on who I captain, particularly for the next game week. But yeah, I'm going to be interested to know what transfers I decide to do, because like I said, I got 2 free transfers. I have got, how much money have I got in the bank? I don't even know. 0.1 in the bank. I think, as I'm doing this live now, it's to get rid of the dead wood. So I'm going to assume that Rashford is going to be out for this game against Crystal Palace. If he is, and I kind of get no indication of him starting against Southampton on Saturday, I think at that point is when I'm going to think, right, I think I'm going to have to get rid of him now. His fixtures upcoming, I know other people have done this, but I'm just going to quickly look at his fixtures once it loads up. If it decides to load up, if it doesn't, then this is going to take forever. Surprise, surprise, it isn't going to load up. So here we are. So Crystal Palace away, he isn't going to play. Southampton at home, and then he's got PSG, I believe. Well, that's the following game week, but then it's so yeah. I think it's going to have to be Rashford out. So I'm probably going to get rid of Rashford for either Rondon or Ashley Barnes. So that's an almost certainty. And then it's going to come down to Tom Cairney or Kika Femenia. Now, I don't have any faith in... I'm just going to pretend that I'm doing these transfers. So if we get in Rondon, let's just get in Rondon. Let's just see how much money I've got left. So get in Rondon. I'll have quite a lot of money, actually. That's interesting. So add player. That's all that done. So I'll have 1.5 in the bank. So Rondon's only 5.9, but he's going to go up in price tonight. That's pretty obvious. So it's a question of, do I upgrade Kika Femenia, or do I get rid of Tom Cairney and bring in who I would think I'm going to bring in, which is McNeil. But I read something really, really, really interesting today, which is about this. I don't know his first name, but the Newcastle midfielder Hayden. He's 4.4, and his returns over the last 4 or 5, yeah, wow, he's returned in the last 6, 2, 4, 6. He's returned 3 assists and a goal. So in other words, since he's become a regular, it's a bit like Dwight McNeil actually. for Burnley is once he started to become a regular, it's like he settled down into the team and he started to return and bring in points. And over the last 6, that's when he started to returning points for Newcastle. And with the fact that he'd be playing in the blank as well, and he's 4.4, the question is now, would I bring in McNeil or Hayden? Well, I think I'm probably going to bring in... It's funny, isn't it, how our brain set works, because I'm basically tossing up between who do I think is going to do better, my own team in Burnley or a team who I just think are rubbish in Newcastle. And it's going to be down to, do I bring in a Newcastle or Burnley striker or do I bring in a Newcastle Burnley midfielder? Well, literal raw data is telling me to bring in Barnes because of his consistency of returns and Hayden for his consistency of returns, which, when we talk about gut instinct, and that's the key sometimes to FPL, it's one of those where actually, Steve-O, you've answered your own question. Why don't you get rid of Tom Kearney, bring in Hayden, get rid of Rashford for Rondon, keep Kika Firmino, and then... So by blank game week 31, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 players playing so far. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 players playing. Yeah, I'm going to mull over this. I don't know why I'm just speaking absolute dribblish now. So yes, I think I'm going to end it there. I just realised that I'm live still. I'm completely forgot what I was doing. But yeah. So as you can see, that was my thought process as I was going through what I was doing. But yeah, I'm going to have to mull over this. But I've just seen someone, I'll just quickly click on that there. But of course, it doesn't want to come up when I actually want it to. So we'll just quickly click on there. Dan just simply states that building a team for game week 31, for me personally, as I stated, and I know every single podcast has been banging on about this, but the fixtures for me just do not inspire me. Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Well, you know what? Thinking logically again, Klein of Bournemouth could be really, really good choice. So, this is, yeah, I could do all for free. Rondon, Hayden, and Klein in for basically 3 players that aren't going to return me basically anything. And you know what? That's probably the most logical thing to do. But I think what I'm personally going to do, which is what everybody's going to do, is wait on what Leicester do over the next few game weeks. I think that's probably the best thing to look at, because now Brendan Rodgers is in charge. We've got what? Let's have a quick look at how many games we've got into. Well, 28, 29, 30, 31. So we've got 2 games to go, including tonight's match. We've got 3 games in total to work out what Leicester are going to be doing. But they're going to be away at my own team, Burnley. But again, as we all know, the new manager effect usually has a positive on most teams, so they'll probably beat us there. But yeah, I will have to do a lot of research into this, but I certainly, FPL Boona joked with me saying that you're bound to have 11 players for this blank game week. The simple answer is no. I think I'll have, a maximum of about 7 or 8. That's about, I'll definitely have 3 Liverpool. 3 Liverpool no matter what. I'll almost certainly have 1, maybe 2 Newcastle, so that takes me up to 5. But again, it's Bournemouth away. Chelsea are the only other team which are kind of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Cog in the machine, so to speak. Chelsea could be the one which I look at, because if I believe will happens, which is I think Spurs will win tomorrow night comfortably. I did predict 4-0. Was it 4-0 I predicted? Yeah, I predicted 4-0. I think it's a bit optimistic, but let's be honest here. Let's just stick by that. So I think Chelsea will lose tomorrow. And I think at that point, I think Sarri loses his job. That's just what I think. And then it's a case of, right, let's just see what Chelsea do within the preceding fixtures. So let's just say Sarri loses his job. Their next match is away at Fulham. You know what's going to happen there. They'll probably end up winning 4 or 5-0, even though that will probably happen underneath Sarri anyway. Then they're at home to Wolves, and they'll probably win that 2 or 3-0. And people will be thinking, oh my God, Chelsea, they're finally going to be challenging for the top 4. Then they're away at Everton, and you get the rest of the picture from there on in. So yeah, I think Chelsea are the key to this blank game week, if I'm honest with you. See how people like Hazard, Higuain perform. I didn't even realise Higuain, I've completely forgot he didn't even start the Charity Shield, or the Carabao Cup final, and he didn't come on until extra time, which I was shocked at, but anyway. Right, I'm going to end it there. As you all know, nothing's actually happened in the games. It's still 1-0 to Leicester, 0-0 everywhere else. I will take 0-0 everywhere else right now, but it's not going to happen. So yes, I'm going to end it there. I'd like to say thank you very much to every single person that has stuck with me for the past 51 minutes. I cannot believe I've been going for 51 minutes. That's ridiculous. So thank you for everybody that stuck with me for that time. Just a reminder that tomorrow evening, myself and Jason will be going live either at 8 o'clock when the games start, or well, certainly the 8 o'clock kickoffs, obviously, or at half time, or just as the second half starts. So that's going to be happening tomorrow. But of course, in this case, it will be the full presentation on screen. So that's going to be showing a bit more presentation there. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of action. I'm sure we will. Again, this is for the hardcore subscribers. So anybody that's new watching this thinking, what on earth's going on? Why would I be watching this? Well, that's why I only advertised specifically on the YouTube page. I didn't do it on Twitter. I didn't do it on Instagram, because that's more for, let's be honest here, the wider audience, who they may want to log in and then they may be thinking, on a minute, what is this? I thought the Elite FPL was some professional job, and I'm just looking at a bloke on a screen. And we all know that's not the case, because you, the community, know the reasons why I do this. I'm not going to go into them again. We already know, I've already explained my reasoning. So I'm going to sign off. If you are new and watching this, I'm going to do the old plug. If you like what you're seeing, by all means, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, as they say. But again, I'm sure most of you that are watching this are already subscribers, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to wish anybody luck, because I want to beat you. So I'm hoping you all have a bad game week. I hope I continue with, in fact, you know what, before I finish, I'm just going to quickly look at my game week history, because I think I've just been green for the past several game weeks. And the simple answer is, yeah. So in the last 2, 4, 6, in the last 8 game weeks, I've had 7 green arrows. So I've risen over the last, over the last 8 game weeks, I've risen from 41,000th up to 6,000th. So I'm hoping my streak continues for obvious reasons. I'm hoping that people like Jason continue their little drop in form. The same with Jack Gleeson. The same with various other top managers. I'm hoping your form continues to drop and me to continue to climb. But yes, that is me over and done with. So, like I say, myself and Jason, we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm going to blow my nose. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.